Hi, this is Carmen Marc Valvo, and you're watching FashionFiles magazine. You know, I think a great gown is only a great gown if you have it on the right woman. I mean, you can have a beautiful gown, and on the wrong woman, it doesn't create the magic. I think the woman infuses the synergy and the beauty into the gown, and when those two things come together, that's when it's perfect. Yeah, I'm very much involved with the fourth dimension, and most art forms only have three. Like a kinetic art has the fourth, or a mobile, because it moves. Fashion also has that fourth dimension, which is movement. And it's when the woman puts on the gown and starts walking, and she does her dance or her twirl, or she makes her entrance or her exit, it has another fourth dimension, which is the beauty. And so the gown walks, it glides, and that for me is the sign of a really spectacular piece. I mean, if it's cut just on a straight grain, it looks like a cookie cutter gown. It doesn't have that same beauty, the same mystery. But when you give it that fourth dimension and that woman really feels she owns the gown, then it's beautiful. The thing is, I mean, I think the way we dress today is so strange. I mean, it's very dressed down for the most part. And I think the daywear, we call it black label, affectionately, because it has a black label. But the black label does have some gowns in it, but it's more like luncheon dresses or things that can take you many different places. I mean, if you're going to work, it's fine for work. If you're going out afterwards for dinner, it's great. Some people think they're perfect for little afternoon weddings or teas, or going to the club on a Saturday or a Sunday morning brunch. I mean, so they take you to a lot of different places, but they're always very feminine, very kind of polished, and I think multifaceted. A Zen flamenco dancer. It's actually a lot of black and white and very strong graphic prints. So there is that black and white and like maybe one pop color, like I was using poppy a lot. But besides that, there is an infusion of bright color, just to change it up a little bit. Like Runway on the Couture is very, very pure and aesthetic with its Zen, but the black label has a little bit of Zen mixed with a little Latin flavor, a little vibe. I think, you know, subconsciously, everybody was on this wavelength about Cuba and the reopening of Cuba. So I think there was a little bit of that filtered throughout all of the collections, actually.
I'm from?
I wanted to do lace again, but I've done it so many times I wanted to do it differently. So I decided to take inspiration from the Viennese Secession, which is basically the Art Nouveau movement in Vienna. Klimt is the most famous designer of note of that period. And he used to take his tile work, but I didn't want to do tiles as in beading or mosaic, so I used it by cutting fabric into squares, and all of the artwork had either gold, broad stripes of fabric with lace overlays. So it was very painterly. It was a very painterly collection, and that will continue with Black Label as well. Well, I'm Latin, so that makes me love women. I celebrate a woman's curves. I think she should have them. That's why God gave them to her, not to man. And, well, no, he did give them to man too, but, I mean, so I do celebrate a woman's curves and make sure that the clothes are really flattering in all figure shapes. I also have a huge affinity to lace for that reason. You know, anything that's romantic and sensual, something that has a little color. I mean, they say it's Valentino red. A lot of people say it's Carmen red too. And Carmen, there is a carmine red, and my red is a little bloodier than his, a little bit more blue, but I definitely love my red and my colors. And any color that has, you know, the color of complexion, like corals and pinks and reds. Very feminine, very mysterious, very alluring, and I think that's who my lady is, and definitely homage to my heritage. You know, I actually look to myself for inspiration, and by that I mean to keep myself inspired, I need to do something I've never done before, or used a fabric I haven't done, or treat lace differently, or treat a brocade differently. It's like, I've done it before, I don't want to do it again, it's going to look like and then it's boring for me, and I'm like, I'm not going to do a strapless lace gown. I've done 1,000 of them, I'm not doing it. So you have to try to figure out something that's going to inspire you each season, push your creativity, and then hopefully create something that you, the customer, you know, says, oh wow, that's really beautiful. You know, I really want that. You know, not that she needs it, but maybe she really wants it. And I always say, who needs another black dress? Not really. But if it's that special and that different, yes, you do need that black dress.
That's very